Imagine being able to tip your favorite live streamer with crypto, and every tip went straight into their wallet in real time. Now imagine they could also return the favor. Streamers can now highlight participants, run games and competitions, and reward their audience in real time, live in chat. Tip live, get rewarded instantly. Only on LunarPump. Visit LunarPump.fun. Live streaming has truly gone Web3.
What's going on, everyone? I am DeFi Sean, and of course you are watching Moon Monday, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Pixels. How's it going, Mr. P?
I'm doing good. You called me Mr. Pixels again, so Mike's going to have you.
Mr. Pixel. Always like to add that S to it for whatever reason. But yeah, guys, before we get too far into it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, repost button, share button, whatever button you have to hit that button so we can get as many streams as possible. Now, we are keeping it mainly here. We're not necessarily pushing it to LunarPump. We did a massive overhaul of that site very quickly with the front end. So the dev is having to take a lot of time on the back end. So we just want to have it just right before we actually start really pushing people. I know last Moon Monday, I think it was, we got people over there because we did want to show it off, but we do have to give them a minute to kind of catch up on the back end with the front end to make sure it's refreshing and everything on time. And again, everything's still looking good. We are still looking at the launch of Lunar Dust in early October. I'll say it like this. October 7th was the initial date. We're probably going to miss that slightly, just making sure that everything's exactly right. But it will be around that time. Let me say that without giving an exact date. So today's September 29th. Do the math. We're not too far behind it. And of course, throughout the episode, we're going to talk a little bit more about Lunar Dust. But yeah, Mr. P.
Yeah, I think not having it October 7th anyway is probably a good idea. Maybe just kicking it out a little bit, given the political connotations of that. I believe probably getting drowned out with other things. So I think a little further down the line will suit us a little better for sure. But yeah, man, I'm extremely excited. Obviously we're doing a lot of research here in the background and a lot of diving into like the competition that we're up against in this space. And every time I see that, every time we do those kind of dives and look at like what we got so close right now and what we have designed up, that we've been through the last couple episodes showing it in its final form here, but getting the live site now dialed into that is really close. But looking at what we got against the competition, against what's up there in like the top 10, the top 5, man, I think we got a great fucking shot at this. I really do. Like once we push this out and we really start to get this community rallying behind it, I think we're going to start to see some really good results, man. I really do feel it. That what we have designed here from Lunar Dust to start bringing these communities over to experience the platform, but we got it, like that platform's got to be where we want it, where we need it to be.
Yeah, exactly. And the main focus when we first start is going to be Lunar Dust. That's going to be a big marketing vehicle for us. Along top of, we have about 5,000 ad credits going ahead on X, which we're definitely going to utilize to get people over to the site, no doubt. But utilizing Lunar Dust. Again, everyone loves the idea, but it's going to be, put it to you this way, we're going to have a very busy schedule. So obviously you're watching Moon Monday. We're going to be going live every single Monday, per usual, with Moon Monday. Tuesdays, we're going to be doing a condensed version of Lunar Dust. So we are going to be doing Lunar Dust. It's not going to be 1,000 grand prize. It'll be like 250 or 500, whatever it may be, whatever number we decide we can land on, depending on the revenue it produces and different things like that. But on Tuesdays, we are going to be going live with Lunar Dust, and we are going to be picking probably like an Infineon community member or something like that. And we are going to be doing it on a platform, but that community will be a participant in the chat, not live with me. I'll be the only person live, but we're going to be doing that to show off the participant style of the platform. So, when they're a participant, they're highlighted within the chat. So we'll go ahead and play the game with probably an Infineon community member on Tuesdays, and whatever they win, that will be for the community. Probably maybe via buy burn, something like that. Something fun for Infineon. That will lead us into Wednesdays, which will be our big main event show. We'll be doing all 26 wallets.
Or else straight into their pocket.
Yeah, or straight into their pocket. But yeah, Wednesday will be a huge deal. It'll be our flagship I guess you can say, show as far as Moon or Dust goes. $1,000 grand prize. We'll be picking some of your bigger communities. Definitely beneficial for the dev to be on the live, if not necessarily on camera, but at least voice. I think it'll be a lot smoother. This is the bigger show. This is going to be the one that we're really pushing every week. Then that'll lead us into Thursdays, which will be another iteration of Moon or Dust with less wallets, but less money. But that one will be more so focused on having someone from the LunarPumpFun platform or a microcap crypto that's out there, maybe, one that's at like 50K, 25K, that has a good little strong community behind them. They want to come. It's where, the $250 potential buy on the chart actually makes a big deal. It could almost potentially double the market cap sometimes, depending on where it's at. So that's going to be Thursdays. So that will lead us into Infinity on Friday. So we got Moon Mondays. We got Moon or Dust with the Infineon community on Tuesdays. We got Moon or Dust, which is the big episode on Wednesdays with a bigger community and some really, really big names out there. Thursday will be a LunarPumpFun token or a microcap token. And then Infineon Friday will, of course, be our typical show that we've always done on Infineon Fridays, depending on how great the shows are. Infinity on Friday will probably always exist because we need to give updates and everything, but Moon Monday may even become a game show as well. I mean, who knows? It just kind of just depends how successful this is, how much fun it's going to be for everyone. But yeah, that's kind of going to be our schedule moving forward. We're going to probably in the next 1 or 2 days schedule out the next months of the schedule so we know exactly how it's going to go, planning in advance in case I happen to not be able to be there. Joe or whoever can fill in for me. And, if Mr. Pixel can't be there doing the back end stuff, that either I have to take it over or Adam or whoever it may be. So we're going to go ahead and plan out pretty methodically because, again, we want this to be like a prime time event, especially on Wednesdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays is going to be a lot smaller. It's going to be kind of more community driven, just hanging out, having fun, to where Wednesday is the day that we're inviting your Captain B&Bs and the biggest projects that we can possibly find into it. But with all that being said, we do have, of course, like we do with everything, we can go ahead and show you a little format that we're going to be presenting to everyone that wants to get involved and wants to play the game, which, again, if you're a community out there, you want to play, there's literally no downside to coming. You have a chance, especially on the big game show, at $1,000 prize with no loss, no downside, no nothing. You just come, you're participating, you hopefully win that money for your community. But Mr. Picture, if you kind of want to take it over and kind of show off what we kind of got built and
absolutely. So I mean, obviously, this is when we're going to be approaching big communities for the bigger shows. We want to have kind of something to like show them, to explain it. So we kind of just been working on a little deck here on the back end to try and entice these communities over here. Let me just square that up a little bit. There we go. To try and entice them over, help them understand exactly what the show is going to be all about, how they're communicating, get engaged, get involved with it. So I'll just give you a little run through this. I think is probably the best thing to do. It is as it shows here, how the game is played. It's going to outline all of this. High stakes crypto game show inspired by Deal or No Deal. Contestants open digital wallets to reveal prizes. Crypto whales make offers to buy the wallets. Straight up, Moon or Dust, final choice. All right, what is Moon or Dust? Right, contestant spins the wheel of whales, which you can see just over here on the right side, right over here, to determine which whale will be making offers throughout their game. We have 3 whales. So just to begin with, obviously Magnus, Dominic, Rico, or a mix of all 3. Contestant picked one wallet to keep, their player wallet, and the game proceeds in rounds in. And the traditional length of these rounds is it goes 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then they're left with 2 cases, and they can swap, or else they open their own case to see what they've left, right? That's kind of how it goes. When a wallet is opened, it's off the board permanently. Its prize is revealed, eliminated, and can no longer be won. And then a value ladder will be displayed on the screen. Each opened prize is crossed off, building suspense as big amounts survive or vanish. And then we have, these are our 3 whales here. After each round, a whale calls with a buyout offer. The contestant needs to decide whether to select Moon to take the offer, lock in the amount and in the game, or Dust, reject the offer and keep opening wallets. And then we have the offers and decisions. So offer style will depend on the whale. You have the cautious style, which is the vault, sharp style, which is the wolf, and the reckless, which is moonshot. And each whale will have their own unique voice, personality, offer style. There will be a timer. The contestant has up to 60 seconds with a visible countdown only in the final 20. So that'll pop up visually once you hit the last 20 seconds. Maybe just hear like a ticker or whatever. And then in the end, the game continues until the player takes a deal or reveals their wallet at the very end. Here are all our different whales that we're going to have, and this is going to be, so we're going to obviously adding a little bit of lore, and that's an extra randomizer too that kind of Deal or No Deal doesn't have, is like having these alternate like AI style whales that are going to be able to do this in real time, call in using their voices. They'll all have their own style in the whole lot. So this is the most conservative whale here, and we've read these out too, and you'll be able to see these too. We'll be dropping this throughout. I'm sure you'll see this traveling through our channels, this document, so you can go and check that out. But here are the different whales. This is a kind of the more middle of the road whale, the whale of Wall Street, and then we also have Rico Riptide, who's like the most reckless. Really, you could get a really low offer, you get an insanely high offer. It's kind of it's hard to predict him. So that's the idea. Add that randomizer, and of course, when somebody selects at the start, there will be the option too of potentially hitting all three whales, so any of them could call in. So that would be determined at the start which one of those you would get. And then why communities? Contestants represent crypto communities, DAOs, or token projects. Bragging rights or community's name on the big stage unites members in cheering for their champion and creates hype and visibility across Web3. Obviously, the more viewers and stuff that we get, the more valuable it is to be on the show, to be involved in some way, to have your project's name pop up. That's getting that platform access, and of course the ultimate goal here is to drive people to LunarPumpFun, right? That is the ultimate goal of this game and this tool that we're building. And ultimately be able to create and provide tools like this and games like this and ways to interact with the audiences as features built in, to the platform itself also. So then, yes.
Imagine being able to tip your favorite live streamer with crypto and Imagine being able to tip your favorite live streamer with crypto, and every tip went straight into their wallet in real time. Now imagine they could also return the favor. Streamers can now highlight participants, run games and competitions, and reward their audience in real time, live in chat. Tip live, get rewarded instantly. Only on LunarPump. Visit LunarPump.fun. Live streaming has truly gone Web3.
Okay, so there's the X ad that we're going to be running. I'm popping that in here too, just to show that the audience participation side of this whole thing, this whole game show, is going to be, powered and facilitated by tools created and that are available on LunarPump. So the engagement is on chain, live, and transparent, as you saw there, being tipped and rewarded. Live chat integrates the wallet connection for all the viewers, and then the streamer can reward viewers directly during the show. So that's a big feature for us. So, we want to highlight also in this game show about how LunarPump is lending itself for us to be able to actually make this kind of work too, and be a use case and show others how they can do the same thing, right? So then, we want to spotlight audience members, again, powered by LunarPump up here. And then it's just a little video I created to show, how it actually happens, how you do it, how the streamer can highlight up to 3 participants at a time. The names are overlaid on the live stream. Anytime one of these participants speaks in the chat, their message pops up visually on the screen, creates VIP audience engagement, and lets communities get extra recognition. So there you go. And again, it helps the flow for any live streamer. They're not getting bogged down in a chat looking for like what some audience member that they're trying to engage with, gets disappeared because the chat is just running so quickly. You know what I mean? So just allowing that, and also then, as the viewer, you have the ability, you don't have to necessarily follow the chat, kind of follow along with the person that they are engaging with. And as you can see there's a tip popping up live on stream and showing it in the live trade, so you can go and verify it right there on chain. So that's another feature there that we're promoting, and that allows us to facilitate this. And then this is for how we will utilize the feature, and this is what Sean was referring to earlier with the different game styles. But as far as the main game show, let's say the main one on the Wednesday, this is how the audience engagement would sew in to the structure of the show. So it would be 3 rewards per show in total for the audience now specifically. So during the show, we would pause the main game for 2 mini audience events. Small rewards or surprises sent directly to chat, keeps energy high and communities engaged. So like what we were thinking, maybe we do, it's going to be after, maybe, it goes like 6-5. So maybe after that we do an audience event. And then after the first one, towards the end, we'll do another audience event. And then at the end for the grand finale, as it shows here, all live viewers join a wheel spin where we'll have our feature built in with that too. And one lucky audience member wins a prize live at the very end. So you're just trying to keep that audience engagement all the way through. We were just spitballing about it and just thinking that, maybe it would be, we could have, pick 3 members that are in the chat, and they would have to guess like what wallet's going to be chosen next, and whoever gets closest to that wallet, so it kind of ties it into the game, so also a little bit. So but these are just things we're thinking, but that's the way it's going to sew in, to make sure obviously that we show off the features of the platform itself while showing out how, because like somebody comes over, and just imagine, right, we bring over a community to kind of jump in, play this game with us, and they jump into the platform, into the live stream. They love it. Some of the members you make some money, they win a nice chunk, they make halfway, they get like whatever, even if it was $500 from, it didn't make it up, but whatever, it's still a great thing. Massive community engagement tool, you know what I mean? And if once they have a good time, right, they enjoy it, you go somewhere, you have a good time, you win some money, you have a laugh, you're well entertained. Like that's kind of what we're trying to create here, and with these tools, and show people like what's possible, maximum engagement. Exactly, Drew Don, sir. Maximum engagement. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. So that's how the audience isn't just watching, they're playing too. That's kind of, yes, that is the idea behind this whole thing. And then the prize pool, obviously, like we were discussing initially, early on, we'll have $1,000 as the top wallet. Multiplier smaller prizes across all the other wallets. We'll be showing what that's laid out to be, but you can imagine 750, 500, down along to like all the way to a dust wallet. And then, will your champion hold for the 1K, take a whales deal, or be left with dust? That is going to be what the ultimate question is. But yeah, that is going to be the layout for it. We will be releasing to how people will be able to get involved. We will have a portal open, so that people can, if people want to like get their community involved, they got a big community, we'll have a portal there where they can submit, come in, fill out some short questions about their community size, their X handles, things like that. So we can try to pick and choose, and just do our own research, try bring the biggest projects over that we can, and just kind of do it that way, like offer that. And then obviously there'll be certain different ways that individuals or people, from our own community, from the Infineon community, whatever, can get involved themselves then also, So stay tuned for those details. We're still kind of ironing out exactly how that will all work. But we will be releasing that like as we get closer to the rollout here and things like that. But, hey, want to hear from you guys too. What are all your guys' thoughts on it? Anybody in the chats and stuff? Let us know what you guys are thinking. Sean, where are you at? Sean's going to be the hostess with the mostest.
I mean, it's going to be a good time. It's a lot easier to sell. So, I mean, we know basically everyone either directly or through someone. I mean, all the way up to Shibtoshi. I mean, could we probably get him on? I mean, we're going to see. I'll definitely ask him. It kind of just depends what he's doing. He's not always the biggest person in favor of promoting other things not attached to Squid Girl on that level. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But I'm kind of saying that to say this, that getting some big names that we know to launch on a new platform, it's really hard to do. People are iffy about new platforms, even if they know you. This is something different. This is something that has no downside to come on. So I'm very confident that we're going to be able to get some very big tokens and communities over here. Because again, we're not asking them to launch a token. We're not asking them to launch a token on the Infineon blockchain. Like, we're strictly asking them to come play a fun game and not potentially, depending on how much, win money. Chances of them winning 0 is 1 in 26. So they're going to walk away with something. It's almost guaranteed. So I think it's going to be an easy sell to get people on. We already have two pretty big names that people are aware of. That'll probably be more geared towards like episode 3 through 5. We just want to make sure the first couple episodes go really good. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. It's something I'm super excited about, I think, as a lot of people have seen. Again, I just think it's going to be a good avenue to kind of grow it. And I mean, while we're on that, kind of let's talk about it and what people were saying in the chat yesterday, of course, about the chart, advertisement, say it live, kind of rather than just typing, about what we think.
And I was going to say, yeah, let's explain this. And
yeah, so
and
I
Mike's joke down here, what he said.
yeah. So again, do I make all the right decisions at all time? Of course not. Have I seen hundreds of projects launch? Do I know and have witnessed firsthand what works and what doesn't? Majority of the times, yes. Our current situation with the pre-sale bonuses and the VCs hammering the chart is going to be a hard sell. If we run ads directing people to the Infineon chart, they will leave and they will not look at us twice. There's people, that community members that know us, that maybe haven't been around in 2 months or whatever, come in and they think it's dead because all they're doing is going to look at the chart. Looking at the chart isn't going to sell anyone on anything, plain and simple. So there's a couple different things. Obviously, we get 1 to 5% market share of these token launchers. It'll take care of itself, just like your Solanas, just like your Suis. We would be making so much money in revenue that Infineon will explode off of that alone. But then not even talking about that, but Lunar Dust, how does it exactly 100% benefit Infineon? So Lunar Dust is going to be a game that there's no downside. Instead of getting you to pay us to come for an AMA or something like that, we're actually flipping the script and we're actually going to pay you to come to us via marketing funds from Lunar Pump. We're going to be selling ads and different things like that. So we're definitely going to be generating revenue with Lunar Dust, but people are going to come. So it's kind of what I just said. So it'll be marketing funds from Lunar Pump, revenue from Lunar Pump, ads from Lunar Dust, because we're definitely going to be selling ads, because I'm confident we're going to have very good viewership, but we're going to suck people into Lunar Dust because, again, there's no reason not to come. It'll be fun. It's not your standard AMA. It's not your round table. It's going to be a really fun game that communities are going to get excited about, because why doesn't a community want to win money, hopefully to go back on that chart? So we're going to draw them into that. Then one layer below that, people are going to see, oh, who's this DeFi Sean or Mr. Pixel or Joe? Oh, they're the owner of the LunarPumpFun platform. You go a step below that, you'll see that the LunarPumpFun platform was created by Infineon. You go a step below that, you see that Infineon has a layer 2 blockchain, amongst plenty other things. Then when you finally get to the chart, that chart will now look like a bargain because they did the research in reverse. They saw what we had to offer, then they went seek out the token to see everything. Again, seeing the token first is the worst thing that can possibly happen, because again, people are going to judge it based off of not knowing anything else about us, not knowing that we are absolutely hustling, coming up with idea after idea, whether it's failing or not, to get Infineon and by extension LunarPumpFun on the map. So that's kind of the approach we're taking, kind of twofold. We're using Lunar Dust to draw people in, hopefully get investors on board, but also with market share, that will lead to almost a guaranteed success of the whole entire platform, because that's going to be the ultimate thing. Again, just like Sui, just like the rest of them, getting that market share and getting that revenue in. Like I was telling Mr. Pixel in a chat we were having earlier, like I couldn't even imagine what we would do if we had market share like Pump Fun. You know, they keep all those funds for themselves. They barely do anything with the platform, and they're basically $1 billion company. If we had that kind of funding, we would literally own DeFi. This would be all you would see everywhere. Because again, we just want to take it to that next level. So even getting that 1 to 4 to 5% market share, you're looking at 10 to 100K per day with that 1 to 5%, which is our ultimate goal. And Lunar Dust is going to be a big part of that. Like I said, we're gonna kind of combine it at first, right off the bat, with Lunar Dust and XAds. We have $5,000 worth of XAds in our account that we are going to be pushing like crazy in conjunction with everyone else pushing. Obviously, when we make the post about Lunar Dust, especially with bigger communities, they're going to like it. They're going to share it. Their community is going to like it and share it. Our community is going to like it and share it. Probably within a week, we'll hopefully get close to 10,000+ views just on that one post to just keep pushing this around. And again, I'm surprised no one else has really made like a fun crypto type game, to be honest. To my knowledge, no one's really done it. And again, it's just going to be fun. It's like, I'm going to ask that question again. When's the last time you watched an AMA? I mean, actually watched an AMA and got excited about it. It's probably been over a year since anyone's gotten excited about an AMA, or even the roundtables these days are getting boring. boring. So I mean, again, it's just going to kind of, you know, pump in that new life. Tokens that come on will have a couple minutes to tell us about their token real quick, which will be like your quick recap of the token. And then after that, it's just tons of fun. People winning money, exposure onto Lunar Pump, leading to Infineon. But yeah, that was a mouthful. Let me know what I missed.
I mean, I think you hit it all. You know, I think you hit the nail on the head there, really, Sean. I mean, you know, we got to realize the reality of the situation we're in. You like, whether we like it or not, you know, it is what it is, and we need to do what like we feel is like the best way to get, you know, what everybody really what the majority of people are looking for is, you know, for that token, that chart to improve, you know. But right now, bringing anybody in to look at it is not a good idea. So like when I was talking to Adam about it, you know, we kind of got the arse over tit conundrum going on right now. Like, we're bringing people in the wrong side, right? We don't want to bring them in and say like, hey, here is, you know, a brand new blockchain that, just like Sean said, at a pre-sale and VCs, the chart's taking a pummeling. Like, no one's going to get like massively excited about that, right? But if we bring them in the other way, and it's like, you know, what you're saying, all right, look at this awesome launcher, and go out, and Adam does this all the time, and we all do it as well. We're going looking at the other launchers. We're looking at what tokens are launching, what the live streams are like trying to just really get a feel for it. And you look at some of them out there. What is it? I think he was saying Manu is like number 6 launcher right now, and it does only ETH. It has nothing, nowhere near what we have or what we're offering right now. So like, the chances of us getting that market share and appealing to these people with the product that we currently have, even in its current form, is still like awesome, right? It's up there. So like, when you bring somebody in that way, and then they see that, all right, this is an awesome product, I love it, we're coming in through Moon or Dust, we had a great time when we were here, it was super sticky, everybody, you know, our crew of people back in the Telegram were buzzed about it, we were talking about it, you know, it was a great experience, right? They're going to come back, and then they're going to be like, oh, what is this type? Does this have a token attached to it? And then people are going to be like, oh yeah, well, it's part of the Infineon team, it's part of the Infineon blockchain, it's one of their, you know, it's their flagship product. And then they're going to see the chat, and they're going to be like, oh my god, this is a huge fucking opportunity for us to get in on this so early, right? So that's the difference that we're going to experience here, and we gotta like acknowledge that, you know what I mean? So that's why you're seeing the YouTube channel at this moment branded as LunarPumpFun. We feel like that's the best way to kind of do this, to promote this for now. We are going to have features within LunarPumpFun that are going to be able to separate kind of Infineon Friday and things like that around from each other when people want to come and check out specific shows that we're going to do here. But this is going to be like our main presence, and we don't want people getting confused coming in like, it's Infineon, I thought I was coming, like I thought this was Lunar Pump or whatever, because that's what we're going to be leading with. So, you know, I think like we can all agree, and you know, if you disagree with me, please pop in the comments, like let us know. But I think, you know, we have to kind of, like I said at the start, like recognize the situation, and I think this is like a really strong opportunity for us to get in. And you know, please go do your own research, look at the launchers that are out there, look at the top 10 launchers that are out there, compare and contrast what we're going. If you want to get another look at what exactly we got going on, I mean, I can pop it up right here. I think I'm sharing this, am I? Yeah, I'll pop it up here real quick. But you know, just go out and check it out for yourself. And I'll give you a quick look at what, you know, what we're looking at here right now at the moment. I'll give this a quick little refresh. Just as a quick idea, just for something you can compare and contrast after the show. You know, pause it here, take note of the timestamps, and like I'll give a quick little, like, very short rundown. Let's connect our wallet up here. You can set your profile up right there. Here's all our top live streams. This is our King of the Galaxy, highest market cap, closest to bonding is up on top. Over here you have your launch buttons, your regular launch, your ICO that you can launch there, which is the initial community offering. And up here we're going to have, like, once we have all our other EVM chains back online, you can select your chain up here. Right now you're going to be on Solana. And it changes like that. Just small little things like that. There's the Infineon chain, Binance, Base, and Ethereum. Once they're all back online. Right now it's Solana. And up here then you have your connection up here. You'll have your notifications. All our documentation is going to be in here. And then, of course, once you, you got all your tokens down here, you can filter them all here. Looks active, looks engaging. This is the link to Pump Social, the social media platform that's out there. This is live right now. For anybody that's watching that isn't familiar, and you can do that. You can access it from the current site there too. And then this is your cha-ching function up here. So when that drops, all the top traders get rewarded in Solana directly into their wallets. And then when you go in here, you can go and check these out. You can turn on the live stream right here. Nothing on right now. Let's turn it on. There you got your live stream going right now, and we're watching one in real time. I can go in here and tip the streamer in real time. I'll tip them 1 sol or else the token that they have. Tip it, boom, pops up here, pops up on screen. Let's say I am the streamer. I can turn on my stream right there. I can interact with the audience right here. And as you've seen, as we talked about a little earlier, here's where you can, select the participant tabs. And then, I can also go in here and tip anybody at any time. Select them, tip them 1 sol, tip it, boom, pops up. Moonbear tipped. That's the name of the token that we've launched. And that's access to your entire live audience there then as well, where you can search anybody. There's your participants. You can remove them. And anybody that's been disciplined, you can unban them, unmute them, whatever you want. Nice and simple. And we got our beautiful terminal up here right now that has taken all the best things from Axiom. Of course, it's one of the better terminals out there. A lot of people use it. And then you have, on this, of course, you got your token right here, and this stays live even through the bonding stage. And when you launch on chain, this will never change, and you can always trade. And then, of course, you can set your quick buttons right here if you want to buy quickly. And then you got your sell. You can sell your initial. You can also edit your buttons down here again for that. So it's just a beautiful all around, and down here it'll show you any tips that pop up in the live trades as well as buys and sells, so that you can verify those on chain too in real time. So there you go. So this is the product that we need to push. I think we can all kind of recognize that. And given the competition, the lay of the land right now, we saw the king can be unseated. I feel like, I think we can get into top 10. I think we could nearly even push for top 5 given the competition that's out there if we do this the right way and we get this community rallied, pushing, pumping. We launch Moonerdust. We start bringing these big projects over. I think we got a great shot at it, man. And I think, it would behoove us all to look at the reality of the situation we're in, and for the benefit of the entire ecosystem, I feel like this is kind of our strongest foot here, our best path forward. And please, anybody in the audience, feel free to disagree with me. We want to have debate about this, and we want to get your thoughts on it. So, yeah, I mean, Sean, I think what you didn't, maybe I'm hoping I have covered, but how's our audience doing? How's everybody doing? All right, super bullish. Super effing bullish. That's even better.
I do have a question that I want to address. Let me come back up.
Go ahead.
All right. So chances for Infineon relaunch or migration to LunarPumpFun. Market cap down 96% since launch. I understand how you wouldn't announce it, otherwise monster whales will eat it. So I'll be honest, we did discuss that. Of course, every option's on the table for us. That's probably not a route we're going to go. Let me explain why. So for those that don't know here or think that Infineon just crashed, again, it's normal with pre-sale bonuses. It's normal with VCs. But on top of that, we also had Operation Phoenix, which we were initially launched as. For those that weren't around for that time, Operation Phoenix, which became Infineon, had an absolutely insane run on BSC. We launched it, and it went over the course of a month, about 110x on BSC at a time in the market where no one else was really doing 110x's on BSC. It was almost at a time where BSC was at its lowest. We absolutely crushed it. That's when the idea, we want to be more than just a token. We want to do what SaveMoon was supposed to do. And that's how the blockchain was born. That's how we started the pre-sale. So we came into Infineon with the original Operation Phoenix holder, which a lot of people, honestly, in pre-sale got a better entry than what some of them did, or a lot of them did, I'll say. So between Operation Phoenix, between the pre-sale bonuses, and between the VCs, of course, the chart took a hit. So for those that thinking that all it has been downhill for the people here, at Infineon is definitely the furthest thing from the truth because of where we started. Now, with that being said, we have so many ideas that we want to do. Even on top of the LunarPumpFun platform, we have the blockchain, which we ultimately, with the funding, if these ecosystems are successful, we do have an opportunity to make this a top layer too. I was even telling Mr. Pixel, cracking into that top blockchain is going to be very hard to do. A lot of people that are already in the top, that's what they use, from your BNBs to ETH. It's going to be very hard to crack that. But with the unique features of Infineon, with the correct funding, you never know what's going to happen. But, we have the wallet. Again, Apple's being the pain in the, to get us on Apple. But we have the wallet. We have LunarPump. We are also, on top of kind of like Crypto on Calls, building a multimedia company. And we kind of want Infineon to be like the central head of everything that we do. So everything ties back to Infineon. Like, you have Infineon, then you have the blockchain, then you have the wallet, then you have the LunarPumpFun platform, then you have LunarDust and all the other game shows that we have, and everything that we're building and we create just kind of falls underneath the Infineon umbrella. Because if we switch to LunarPump, the next things we do might not necessarily be branded LunarPump. So then now, we just got brands going on all over the place. So, it'll probably ultimately maybe have to have like a refresh on the website, but just kind of showing Infineon and everything underneath it. So a relaunch isn't necessarily going to change anything per se. We kind of just want to build it as is. And really push this. I mean, of course, I'm interested to hear what the community has to say about that, as always. But yeah, we kind of want Infineon to be the company, and then, everything else just kind of falls underneath that umbrella. Of course, everything always getting a kickback as well. Anything from LunarDust, anything from LunarPump, anything that we build gets kicked back to Infineon, because that's obviously the token and everything that we ultimately want to build.
Yeah, and I think, end of the day, like we were saying earlier, like if this was, like you were saying, 2021 and all these products, like we'd be, what was the number you put on it, Sean? Like where we'd be sitting at right now as far as valuation if you had launched all this stuff, it was 2021.
Oh yeah, I mean, if this was 2021, everything that we're doing, we would be in the hundreds of millions in market cap easily. We might even be even higher if this was 2021. I mean, we are doing what everyone dreamed of projects to actually do in 21, which was actually just bar set pretty low. No one was actually delivering. Everyone was just talking a good game. I mean, of course, you did have your projects that actually delivered, but they were few and far between. So yeah, I have no doubt if this was a different market and a different time, we would easily be in the hundreds of millions with everything we're doing. But hey, I mean, like I said, we're going to get there. I mean, honestly, go over to pump.fun. And I'm not just saying this because obviously I'm biased. Before the Lunar Pump idea even came up, the LunarPumpFun idea came, I've always thought this. Pump Fun is not an impressive platform. On top of them being basically $1 billion company, you figured it'd be the greatest thing you've ever seen. It's not. They are strictly living on legacy. They are the top dog because they were the first movers to the market, and that's that. They do nothing special. Their platform isn't anything special. They just live on that. So, I mean, there is an opening. Did they add the live streaming and stuff when Les Bonk took market share from them for a month? Yeah, I guess got a little nervous. But we hope to be that project because we're paying attention to what they're doing, and we're upping our game with the tips, with everything. We have us doing games on the platform. There's going to be no other crypto game like LunarDust. It is going to be top notch. No one else will produce what we're about to produce. At least not with putting some serious time and effort into it. Who knows? It may even start a new meta. I don't know. And if that happened, it would all be started with LunarPumpFun. People are going to be able to come on our platform, play predetermined games that we have built already. So I'm feeling good about it. Of course, I spent a year getting beat down by the blockchain. No one was interested. Been over that a million times about how people wanted to see volume. But for the first time, I can actually see some light at the end of the tunnel that I think what we're on to is something great. And yeah, we're going to continue pushing.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I think this is a great opportunity for it's the best shot we got right now, like to push this platform. And again, like we said, many times, there is thousands of blockchains out there. And as far as
tens of maybe even hundreds of thousands.
Right.
It's insane. It's like the list on Coin Market Cap never ends if you go look at blockchains. Right. Like I can't even get to the bottom.
Right. And then, as far as token launchers on Solana, for the amount of volume that's being generated on that platform, the amount of competition is just like minuscule. And when you get to the top, like we said, 5 or 10, you know, they're not impressive. Like they're standard, they're fine. You know, there's nothing like exceptional about anything. You know, it does the job, and it's comfortable, right? It does, but you know, again, just nothing exceptional, like all the things we were trying to offer with the cha-ching, like you see popping right there, just giving it that little extra bit of life. Having the multi-chain feature, of course, obviously we're going to be on Solana right now. But also then, you know, something that we're not even talking about really right now is like the ICO feature, right? That is, you know, as we've all talked about, like having supply control and having a dedicated community early on to get you going out the gates, an organized community like that, you know, can be the different, like it determines the longevity of your project, you know, immensely, being able to do that and hold a solid floor once you do bond, right? So like just offering that as well, right? Having that level of control over your launch and supply control, and you know, being able to eliminate the sniper bot stuff. There's nobody offering that either. So like that's another huge feature that, like, with all the extra things that we're adding here now, like most of them are just you know, it's, you know, Mooner Dust is kind of, yeah, it's awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun, but it's a big marketing tool, right? It's a marketing gimmick. It's the idea that we want to use to try and get people onto the platform and get them to realize, you know, how beautiful it is, how nice it is to be here, how sticky we can make it, and just the addition of all the other tools we got. We got Social Swarm coming down the pipe here as well. Once we integrate that in, that's going to be massive, and that's a good ways along. So like that's getting close, and just all the other features that we're going to be adding, like Sean said, the gaming features that we're going to be adding, allowing all streamers and stuff like that to be able to utilize that, engage with their community in real time. You know, just all those things. And you know, we're going to be cranking out the media content for it as much as we possibly can. I'm working on a lot of it behind the scenes as well, of course, but you know, as these new ideas pop up, you know, it takes a minute to kind of get yourself readjusted and like get the new war chest ready, right? You know, so that's like this, like we said, Sean, like this all just sprung out of nowhere. We were like, man, what are we going to do? Or, you know, we were just trying to think, we're like, man, this UI needs an overhaul. We kind of just realized it was like, this got to happen. And just out of nowhere, Adam just pulled it out of the bag there, and just we were cranking at it, and we just dropped it on the lap. Like, all right, this is let's see if we can do it. And Sean's like, boom, let's do it, Strixie, let's go get this up ASAP. And like, it just kind of gave us all these new kind of perspectives on what we're going to be able to do. Did do tons of research on the other launchers and stuff, and seen where we're at, seen where we can position ourselves in this market right now. And you know, like I said, like I keep saying, I think we got a great shot at it. And, you know, like Sean was saying, we got all these X ads. We're going to be rolling out that one that you've seen for the streamers there. And I'm going to be condensing this one as well to highlight the ICO feature and to, you know, drive some developers towards us.
Okay, everyone, prepare for launch. And we are live. Current wallet count?
2143 and growing, Doctor.
Great. Let's start by injecting some liquidity. Give ourselves a fighting chance here.
Market cap holding steady.
Dex ads are live.
Nice work. Let's run KOLs in T-minus 10 minutes.
Yes, Doctor.
Doctor, we've had a substantial sell-off.
Well, sucks to be them now, doesn't it? Administer 20 cc's of volume, stat, and increase mind share across social media. Let's put that community to work.
Right away, Doctor.
Market cap increasing dramatically, Doctor.
Dip has been neutralized.
Looks like our little friend is going to make it. Great job, everyone. You make this look easy. Launch your token with surgical precision on LunarPumpFun. Now, with embedded live streaming using some of your favorite trusted platforms.
Yeah, I got to do my DJing ad now next. That's the next one I'm working on. I got my streamer one. I'm going to condense that one for like developers and stuff. And then I've got to do my DJing one.
Yep. Again, address a couple things. We're not. I go back. Mohammed, go back and look in the video about what 20 minutes ago, I kind of explained why we want to stay as Infineon. It's going to kind of be the overall brand of everything that we're doing. Also talking about the VCs, people were talking about, again, give it to everyone straight at all times. We are down to only one VC running. They would only be selling roughly about $750 a day. So if the chart is going down, that means we're not doing more than $750 in buy pressure per day, and assuming no one else is selling, which no one else is really selling. So just so everyone's kind of aware, I know everyone's skittish, and by no means am I telling you go buy the chart. I'm never going to do that, but I'm just giving everyone the know and the landscape of exactly everything going on. So we're down to about one VC. We've satisfied the terms of the other ones that we had, and they'll only be selling roughly max about 750 per day. So again, any buy volume over that and no sales assuming from anyone else, that chart actually would start to move up, just so everyone kind of knows where we're at. And Dan asked this question, of course, I want to address it too. So if the blockchain is not important, can't we get rid of it and focus on what makes money? So again, we've talked about it. We've talked about literally anything and everything you can imagine. It's been discussed. So here's the thing. The blockchain is very, very minimal at this point to run. It does not cost a lot of money to keep this thing up and running. So just cutting it just to cut it right now wouldn't really make any sense. Here's the discussion that we'd have to have with everyone. So let's say we do get that 1% or that 2% market share, and we're making hundreds of thousands, 100, 200, 300, $400,000 a month in revenue. The question that everyone would need to answer, and we would not answer this alone, it would be completely left up to all of us. To get this blockchain up and running, we need to get listed on Dex Screener. That's like what, Mike? 165K. Dex Tools, Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, another 150K. All of your bots on Telegram, tens of thousands of dollars. CherryBot alone is 20K to get integrated. And don't even get me started on centralized exchanges. We try to get integrated in centralized exchanges. You're talking about 7 figures to get integrated. So the question would be, the money we're making from Lunar Pump, do we want to use that money to pump the chart, to grow Lunar Pump, to grow that brand, to grow the brand that's actually producing the revenue? Or do we want to take those funds and put it into the blockchain and get into that game of competing with the other thousands of blockchains on the market? That would be the question that we have to answer. Are we cutting the blockchain out? No, it is definitely here to stay. But if the day comes that we do get that market share, that's a conversation that we can have. What's the route everyone wants to go? Do we want to bear down and continue growing this LunarPumpFun platform, making the money off of that, getting the chart going, growing this and making even more revenue? Or do we want to give a real shot with actual real funding to the blockchain? That'll be a conversation we have. We can have a Telegram chat so everyone can hop in. When I'm going to say when, because we are going to get there. We are going to get this damn market share. I mean, we are coming after it.
Damn fucking right, bro.
We'll have that conversation in Telegram. And again, it's up to you guys. It's a tough pill to swallow. Like Infineon is something I know Mike. It's something that I want to be successful. So the idea of not pursuing it definitely is not cool with me, like in the sense that we really want to give it a run, but it may not also make sense depending on the situation we're in. So,
well, I think right now it's like, just to put this analogy, like Infineon needs kind of like a little bit of tough love right now. It's kind of like we need to utilize our strongest asset right now, which has the most potential. I mean, we got to look at this like a business, yes. And I know, hey, trust me, dude, no one would want to lose it. It's a Mike, maybe more, but like I put so much into the branding, into the I put my heart and soul and like a lot of passion into trying to build out this whole kind of this branding setup, and you get attached to that shit. Like there's no doubt about it. I love everything about it. I love our PFPs, like the whole lot. But if business directs in a certain way or whatever, then and the community demanded or whatever, then we gotta do what's best for like both Infineon also, because we got, don't forget all the benefits of this product and all the other products go back to that, right, in one way or another. So that's never going to change, right? Everybody that's in right now is always going to be on the receiving end of everything that's been promised. It would just be a reformation or a branding adjustment or whatever it would be if you had to go to the extreme. But I mean, I don't think anyone's going to jump to the extreme until like that's absolutely necessary. People make a decision on it, etc., etc. Right? So, but it's definitely something that seems to be getting floated. So like, again, let's live in reality here. Let's be smart. Let's do what's right for the business, for the benefit of all the community members that have been in here, all the community members that are involved, that have been pushing this thing, along with us. And like I said in the chat too a little earlier, I was just a community member not that long ago. I just bought into OPHX. I loved it. And I got my ass to work for that bag, man, hardcore. And now I worked my way up. I'm part of the team, and we're making some really big decisions, of course, here all the time and stuff. But it's a wild ride, dude. And you got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to move. We got to be able to adjust at times, read the market, read the situation, and try to do what's in the best interest of everybody that's been along on this ride with us. There you go, Mike. Infineon is my baby. That is correct, sir. We know
Infineon. The branding was
I feel like it's mine too, bro.
Was Mike's brainchild. And then, let me address Mustafa. If you use the revenue only to pump the chart, everyone would sell and all will be in vain. Now, when it comes to buying back the chart, you will never see like 100K, 150K buy directly that fast on the chart. It's always going to be done in stages. It's always going to be able to allow people to take profits, but it's going to be at the point that someone that's just looking to make a quick 2x and bounce, we're not going to give them a 30x. The people that want to make real X's are going to have to stick around as we slowly grow that chart in that good upward direction. So yeah, we would never be irresponsible with the funds in any way, shape, or form. Just so everyone's aware. Because again, there's tons of people that are just looking for that 2x. Give them that 2x and let them get out, and we continue building and moving on up. Real quick. Hold on, Mr. Pix, I got to answer this.
Yeah, you're all good. Quick. I believe in Infineon. Me too, see lady. But again, it's just, it's kind of, a lot of this you got to kind of, play by ear, read the market, see how things are going. And, you're trying to juggle communities, juggle content, juggle, building this all out. And, they're trying to, you got to deal with the chart. All at the end of it all, like the only thing that you're actually really ever kind of truly judged on by the majority. But, it's a lot, dude, and like for all the people that are working behind the scenes, I know from my own experience and everybody else's, like there's a huge sacrifice goes on this end too, like Sean says, he's down, no one's down more than the guys that like pumped a lot of the money into this to start with. So like no matter how bad you think you're down, like all the guys that are like working and building this thing and have been, like they're down too, and still showing up every day, still innovating, still like non-stop trying to build, create, deliver, which is what I love. Like I said in the chat, I never give a shit about the token, like whatever, great, but I like to build, I like to create, I like to be creative. So that's kind of what drew me to it, and I don't see any point in stopping now, not when we got like this absolutely beautiful token launcher ready to pop. We got Mooner Dust on the build, we got Social Swarm on the coming up. Like Infineon is there as the backbone to like all of this stuff, as that umbrella. Whether there is a blockchain there or there's not, either way it's going to benefit everybody that's been involved, like I said, all this way. We all want that to be a successful blockchain, and there's no reason that it won't be. Obviously it's got stiffer competition. You're talking about L2, things can change in that lane too, you never know. But it'll be a decision we'll have to make down the line. But right now I think we can all agree, and like I said, anybody that doesn't agree, like please drop your comments, say why you don't. Like we want to hear everybody out, see what they think. But we have to, like I said, I believe we have to see the writing that's on the wall, understand the reality that we're in right now, and bringing people in through the front door right now when it looks nice and sexy and proper and stuff, like, is the better than bringing them around the back door where the dog's been taking his shit and whatever else, right? So it's kind of like you want to bring them in the front way, and we want to do the North Korea. We want to give people the North Korea treatment, right? Not the real. We don't want to bring them into the desolate parts of North Korea, right? We'll bring them in. Everything will be, all the supermarkets will look great, and everything will look nice and fancy, right? That's the way we want to do it when you're going on a tour over there, an official tour. Like that's the way we got to look at it. We got to bring people in good end, and then they'll realize the opportunity at the end, besides, you know, looking at it from the wrong way, right? That's what we need to like realize, the arse over tit conundrum, as I'm christening it, as we would say back home.
Yeah, I mean, long story short, we went on a lot of soliloquies. Long story short, nothing's changing. We don't let the chart dictate what we do at all. The chart could be down 96% or up 96x, and we would be doing the same thing. So yeah, we're just going to continue moving forward. And the biggest thing that comes into play is when we do start obtaining that market share, the question is going to be the direction that we want to head with that funding, which I think it'll be important for everyone to kind of comment on that and to talk about what we want to do with that. So I kind of went over, if you just joined in, definitely watch this whole episode. I think this was a very important episode. We went over a lot of stuff. As always, you asked a question, we'll answer it bluntly. I answered multiple questions. We're not relaunching it. Someone was just asking a question. I was answering it. Someone asked about cutting the blockchain. We're not cutting the blockchain. Someone asked a question, so I answered it. Us talking about it doesn't mean it's happening. We literally talk about everything just like you would in any business. We literally throw everything on the table to figure out what the next move is. And again, as that revenue starts coming in, we'll have discussions, see what people want to do, how they want to proceed. Again, in Fineon, we want to be the banner, actual big company up top. You know, I mean, I can't even get into everything we want to do, especially with Lunar Pump. I mean, from staking to even just talking about it, allowing other projects that haven't even launched on Lunar Pump onto the platform, so where they can live stream, they can buy and sell from the platform. Like, there's so many different things that's going to be coming fast. The biggest reason, again, why we left Mark, who was our initial developer, was because he flat out didn't move fast enough. He was way too busy, and we were playing the waiting in line game for him to kick stuff off for us. So we got a new development team. We're getting everything where we want it, and we're rocking and rolling, getting everything kicked out as soon as we can. Again, the front end got updated. Our guy's working on the back end. He's got to get the back end up to par at the front end, and then we're going to continue moving along the LP edition to where people can launch their token and get that 1% fee off of it. That's going to be implemented hopefully this week. And yeah, we're going to continue from there. We're going to get Moon or Dust going, and we're just going to continue implementing these ideas to where we want you to be able to do everything from Lunar Pump, essentially. Buy, sell, NFTs, buy, sell, all that good stuff. So again, it's coming. And again, just give people a reason to stay and keep them here for everything.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, one thing that, you know, we've discussed too is that, you know, because of the way things have gone, of course, obviously, you know, people find it hard to hang in there or, you know, maintain interests and stuff. And, you know, it's tough. I get it. But, you know, one thing that those bigger launchers do have on us is community. Like we have a community here. I don't doubt that. Of course, we got some serious diehards. Some have fallen off. Some have kind of popped their heads back up. But, you know, it's a rough game, dude. It's a rough ride, especially when you see if you made an investment and it's down. But, you know, if you look at the chart, it's down. But if you look at what we have on our hands right now, I'm feeling pretty positive about it. I feel like my investment was good. Like the money that I put into Infineon myself, my sweat equity, I'm happy with like what my sweat equity has returned to me right now, looking at the platform that we got and the direction we're going in and the team that is here. And even the community that we have right now. You know, I'm still very bullish on it all. I'm happy to show up every day. I'm happy to work my ass off. I know everybody else on the team is too. So, you know, that's how I look at it. That's how I like to judge things, you know, as far as this goes. And, you know, it's just, we just got to bring people in the right way, and we got to make sure that the community and the people that we do have here at this moment in time, the people that are still bullish on this thing, you know, we gotta wake everybody up. We gotta hit everybody with that electric shock. And you know, the snowball effect is massive. Once you start to see this platform take on, you know, you will see it. You know, you'll see people come out of the woodwork then. As I know, people are still watching. People are still keeping an eye. So I do ask you all, anybody that's out there, just know that, you know, we are giving it everything. We won't stop giving it everything. As Sean even dropped in the chat. You know, sometimes people just like to pop their head up, come in, park a turd in the chat and piss off and just like try to whatever. And that's it's kind of like, you know, whatever. Like, we don't care. We're not really watching the chart too much, but like, just doing that when you're working your ass off every day, it's kind of like it's just such a dick move, right? So it's kind of like, yeah, great, dude, but like, Sean then laid out all the blockchains, every single, you could say, take the top 10 blockchains, and they all same thing, plummeted after launch, because that's kind of the way it goes. You gotta claw your way back out, then you know you've earned it. So in that regard, I'm happy where we're at. I'm happy with what we got, and you know, I'm not worried about it.
Yep. So, like, for instance, if a blockchain raises $100 million to start off, they're gonna put what? 100 million. They'll put 10 million in LP. So you have 100 million worth of tokens, but only 10 million in LP. Tons of those tokens have pre-sale bonuses, and they have VCs attached. So it's going to go down. There's just no way around it. You know, a fair launch token is about the best you're going to get, or closest you're going to get to not having that happen. But that's why all those blockchains, it took to get into number 15 on the layer 2 list to see someone that actually had a good launch. And again, majority of those good launches, just knowing how it works behind the scenes, is them using some of those pre-sale funds to pump the chart, make them look good, get everyone excited. And then usually when those funds are gone, all hell breaks loose at that point. I'm 99% sure that's what Arbitrum did. They pumped the chart, and then it just went to hell after that. And it stayed there for months and months and months until they actually, you know, started getting some of that adoption. Again, it's just how it works with these types of plays. Yeah. And again, in Moon or Dust, if you haven't comprehended how big of a deal it is. What's our number one goal is to get people on this platform. When we have a big token come on the platform and come play Moon or Dust, they have a chance at $1,000. Their community will follow to come play and see if they win $1,000. Like, if, for instance, if I was going on a game show, me, DeFi Sean, going on a game show, playing for Infineon for a chance to win $1,000, would you or would you not follow me over to come watch me play for a chance at winning $1,000? So that is the beauty and the genius of Moon or Dust, to get people actually on the platform. And then once we get those people on the platform, there's no way that they do not like the platform. So that's the ultimate goal. And that's why we're going live 5 days a week with it, not just one off a week. We're going 5 days a week. Well, I guess you could say 3 days a week, because 5 days, 2 of the days are Moon Monday and Infineon Friday, but essentially 3 days a week we're going live to get as many projects and as many holders over to LunarPump to see it, to notice it, to be on it, to buy and sell on it. That's the ultimate goal. So that's why these games, genius idea to actually get people over the platform. Because again, they will come. We're not paying. We're not running an ad saying, hey, please click me. We're giving them money to come to the platform via the prize money that they can essentially win.
Yeah, and like, that's the thing. Once we have the platform where it needs to be, man, and it's super duper sticky, just how we like it, just how we want it, and we're offering this extra stuff for people, you know, it's a massive opportunity for us. No one else is doing anything like this. And you up those rewards, like, we start gaining that little bit of market share. We're chipping away, adding new features, adding this, adding that, doing some good marketing, bringing in big projects like that. You know, we're ready to crank that. Like, there's been so much work put in at this point. Like, we're ready to like roll this thing out and start getting some real adoption here. And you know, this is going to be able to offer something that like is not out there at this moment in time, and just showing people what's possible. And commentary from Drew. I think it's mainly lack of engagement, because I'm involved in most all news and I feel free because I don't have crazy thoughts or questions. Exactly. Like, I think people just a lot of the times people just aren't keeping up with the Joneses, right? They don't really know what's going on a lot of the time. So then they just see the chart and then they come in and take a shit in the chat and then they're out, you know? So it's that. I think it's partly that too, for sure. Go ahead, John.
Yep. You know what, Drew? Is Drew the one that's like always winning the
booster? The booster. He's changed his name now to Drew Don the Booster or something.
So how about this, Drew? How about we invite you on to the first Infineon inspired episode to come play for a chance to win? Because I mean, you deserved it. I mean, I always see your name at the top of the booth. So give me a yes or no. Do you want to come on Moon or Dust for that chance to win? It'll probably be a $250 prize for that one, but $250 for yourself, for Infineon. Community's gonna hound you, so if you win a lot, it's up to you how you want to handle it.
And we will have each of those, let's say the audience participation shows or the Infineon shows, we'll probably have like maybe 3 contestants per show. as well, for that, because sometimes the show can end quicker, and like it might, show might only last 15 minutes or something, 20 minutes, someone takes a deal, right? So we'll have people lined up. And I want to offer up to, I feel like I think Crypto Night should be up there as one of the contestants.
I was gonna say Crypto Night, Richard, all you guys, everyone will get a chance. We're gonna give different things to give people the chance. Like we're always going to do like competitions and stuff, retweet this, but create engagement by allowing people to come on. So yeah, we'll start with Drew and we'll kind of go down the list because he's one of many people. C Lady's another one, absolutely crushing it. Hey, C Lady, we might even get only Rose on for the first Thursday episode, maybe. We'll see how that goes. So we can slide you in there too.
All right, he'd be honored. He'd be honored. All right, very nice.
Yep.
Yes, Mike, very nice.
Talking about only Rose and slide it in there. That's what she said moment for sure.
I didn't take the bait. That's awesome. That's what you got from the lady herself.
So yeah, we'll the first week, the first Infinity episode, the first microcap or lunar pump episode, the first big Wednesday episode. I'm kind of handpicking those, to be honest. But leading into that, we are going to do more so competitions and stuff for people to get those spots. Because again, we don't want to just give money away. We want there to be engagement created around that. So again, first week, kind of want people that are familiar with us, kind of want to get our bearings with how the game show is going to be structured before we get on like that really, really big stage. So, we want people familiar with us and people that we're familiar with too. So if the contest was nothing, can we roll over the prize? Let's see how things go for that. Because that'll kind of be a part of it with the funding is, it'll be kind of a relief sometimes if they don't win the top prize, because we still get all the marketing without paying the top dollar. But the chance of them winning nothing is, again, only a 1 in a 26 chance of that actually happening. So that's going to almost never happen. But the same thing could be said. It's going to be hard to win $1,000. Again, a 1 in 26 chance of winning an actual $1,000. But as you go on, you're going to have a really good shot at winning a decent amount of money for sure. And as we grow, we want to go up even higher with those prizes. So kind of see how things go.
Yeah. The idea is like to as we grow, as someone I believe said earlier on the chat, I believe it was Richard, maybe, as somebody said it anyway. But yeah, as as we grow, as the show grows, as Lunar Pump grows, and we get that, that little engine purring over there and the revenue coming in from all these different revenue streams we're kind of creating and generating here. The prize money will also grow. The game show will then grow. Like it'll be an infinite loop, you could say, one might say, of like the money coming in, the price is going up, so it's just getting the engine chugging is where we need to be. And right now, I feel like we've never been in a better position to do it right now, given the market, given the read, given what we're offering, and like I said, we just want to like really pick this up, get our community ramped up a little bit. I know it's been, like I said, it's been a long road, but we're on a good spot. So, once we get all these things in play, there's.
I have a feeling we're going to be dealing with a lot of DJs and they're going to go all or nothing. So I can't disagree with that statement because I know people are going to go for it. I'll be shocked for people to take the first offer. Would be shocked. That's just kind of not how the space works. But yeah, we'll see.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Everyone would be tuned in for that.
We were talking about actually one day, we were talking about having a Lambo, an actual genuine Lambo.
Yeah.
We were talking about one of the shows where we could have that, an actual Lambo.
Yeah, that would be a show that we would have to market like a month out. Because because that's gonna be a big prize. You'd have to get all.
You're Mr. Beast territory there, like the game shows that he does, like that kind of shit, right? When you're talking.
Yeah, we would definitely need 5% market share to pull something like that off. But yeah, the marketing that for a month, getting ready, that would be invaluable. And all I can say is the projects that would be fighting to get that spot, whatever those requirements are that we require you to do in order to enter to get that spot. They would be having duels. Wouldn't you? If you were a project with a prize that big, it changes everything.
Absolutely.
So the engagement on that, it would probably get millions of views on the expos promoting it.
And that's the thing too, right? When you're talking about, you know, even just, you know, to kind of, I guess, bring it back a notch, but just even projects getting in, when you're getting decent viewership, right? And you're at the point too where you can have an ad revenue stream coming in because of that viewership, right? Sean knows all about it. Krypton calls. He gets paid to do videos and stuff and all this on YouTube. Been doing it for a long time, so he has access to that market. So once we hit a certain number of viewership, also it opens up the door to that revenue stream, right? Which you can pay for the show, pay for, you know, obviously we're putting a lot of work in, so we're going to want to try and make something out of it when we're dedicated that much to ourselves. I on a personal level, I don't think anybody could argue with that. But also, you know, it's generating for Lunar Pump. It's kicking money back into that. It's facilitating the prize pool. It's facilitating many things. And then, you know, for the community that's getting involved, it's not just, hey, I can win some money for the community. It's now that I have this massive platform where my project and our token is getting this huge spotlight. And, you know, the more entertaining, the more exciting, the more fun, you know, the person nominated to represent the community or the project are, like, the more chance that they have of, you know, bringing people over, legitimately pumping that chart, like legitimately getting people invested or whatever in their project, as well as, you know, all the stuff we got going on ourselves. So the goal is to make it, you know, that place where people want to be. They want to come out and hang out, and we want to provide this kind of a game show to bring them over, let them experience it, and, you know, want them to, like, come and stay on the platform, be like, I want to launch over there, I want to stream myself over there, I love the tip thing, you know, that stuff. But our goal now is to, like, get it out and, you know, start pushing hard with our X ads and all that stuff. So yeah, I think we had a great shot.
Yep. Also, Adam, can you drop the link in here? But we do have a LunarPump.Fun announcement channel. So if you haven't joined it, go ahead and join it. Adam will probably drop the link right here shortly. It's an announcement only channel just to keep everyone up to date. We give the latest updates on what's going on with development, what stages we're at, all that good stuff. So it's just a good way to easily keep up with what's going on. Obviously, we can type in the Infineon chat, but it's going to get lost. So yeah, that's a really good way to keep it.
Yeah, and it's just like Sean said, it's just a broadcast channel in there where Adam or whoever, whatever member of the team, will be dropping updates as to the progress development on the platform itself and any other initiatives.
Yep. And again, it's just the beginning, guys. We're gonna get so busy. Like I said, at least 3 Lunar Dust games going. We're creating another game for Geo, possibly even creating another game for myself or other streamers. So we're hustling to get people on this platform, and what better way to actually get organic people over to the platform than to have their communities on to play Lunar Dust.
Yeah, dude, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It really is. And again, you know, any of the community members that are here that are bullish, you know, we're going to need you guys' assistance for all of this, of course. Community is massive. It's everything in this game. So, you know, there's a train rolling here, stacked, and ready to take this token launcher space by storm, and then, like, just really ignite this ecosystem we got going. So yeah, dude, I'm excited for it.
Yep, super excited, guys. We're 15 minutes past the hour. Definitely going over with this one. We'll try. Haven't talked to Mr. Pixel yet. I haven't built it into my schedule, but we will try to do another live, possibly Wednesday. I got to give Mr. Pixel. I got to look at my schedule as well. We'll try to do another one though. Like we did last week, we had a really good Wednesday. It was like more viewed than what it is right now. We're at about 108 viewers. We were averaging like 125 on last Wednesday, which is, again, kind of the reason why I think Wednesday would be a good day for the prime time slot of Lunar Dust, with that many people on board at that particular time. So yeah, we'll maybe test it again. What time did we do? 3 Eastern?
I think it was, yeah, I think it was noon my time. So yeah, around that time. I think you kind of catch a lot of people that time. So Wednesday must be a good day.
Yep. You know, it's 2 p.m. for the East Coast. Noon for the West Coast. 2 o'clock for the central part of the country. A lot of our viewers, Mike, what is it, like around 7-ish for you? So, you know, it hits a lot of times. And it's Wednesday. No one's doing anything. No one's going out partying, or, you know, it's hump day. It's the middle of the week. Everyone's looking for something entertainment. Yeah, exactly, Drew. Hump day. So hey, Wednesday might be the perfect day to really draw people in to the primetime episode. We'll have Drew on a Tuesday episode, see if he can win some money for himself, or if he's nice enough for Infineon.
Got this, Drew.
Same thing with C Lady. Win some money for herself or only Rose. Again, it's up to her. Sure, the pressure will be sent on there. But yeah, there's tons of different stuff. I mean, again, there are no limits. I'm gonna spitball live. So like I've even thought about, like, for instance, so there's $1,000 prize. So maybe even doing stuff to promote Infineon. Like, again, not saying this is gonna happen, just spitballing. Like, let's say the remainder of the balance goes to Infineon buy. So like, let's say a contestant plays, they close the deal at 400. Well, 600 will go over to an Infineon buy. It would be an extra incentive for the whole entire community for Infineon to like really wake up and be there. So just kind of coming up with trying to just do different ideas is what we always do, just kind of spitballing, which is what we're always doing behind the scenes, constantly just coming up with some kind of idea to again, get people on the platform, get the Infineon community excited, which that idea would kind of go more into the getting the Infineon community excited part of things. So there's just so many options out there for us that we can keep going. And how just spit out that idea. Feel free for everyone else too. Spit out different ideas. Let's land on some good ideas.
Shoot the shit.
To really push things. That's another, we can have that conversation Wednesday. More of an open episode, just kind of hang out, talk, and just spitball different ideas to really wake people. We have 3,000 holders and 30 to 50 people participate, on average. 25% of those people wake up. I mean, we'd be unstoppable. So, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, totally. And, anything that anybody can think of to do to like bring people over as well from the community, anybody that's watching this, like reach out to us. We're always in here anywhere we can facilitate anything like that. You just let us know. We're always available on these chats. As you can see down the bottom there's a lot more things that go on. We got obviously Moon Monday. And then obviously, we're going to have a stacked week here with Moon or Dust. We're going to be doing, the Infineon one on Tuesday, or the Infineon community game of Moon or Dust on Tuesdays. Then we also we'll have the main game on Wednesdays, and we'll have Lunar Pump Radio on Thursdays, hosted by Papa Stonks, along with another micro cap game of Moon or Dust. And then we got Infineon Friday. And shit, something's going to happen. I bet you we're going to be end up doing shit Saturday and Sunday too. We gotta give ourselves something.
I don't know. My wife will kill me if I start bringing up Saturdays and Sundays. Trust me, it's not from a lack of wanting to. Oh, Joe's also not here.
Yeah,
I wanted to mention Joe's wife's sick. That's why he's not here. So kind of like me, it's kind of the time of the year.
But hey, I mean, look, if you're like, hey, well, if I do this show, I've just got 10 G's in the bank. Yeah, do Saturday. You do that.
Yeah,
you never know how that goes, bro. But yeah,
let's blow this thing up, man. We got an opportunity. I'm confident. I feel good about it. We're at 113 viewers just on a regular Monday. Nothing's going on other than just us, like you said, shooting the shit. Imagine when we start inviting other communities in, playing for money. I mean, easily 250 viewers, which is solid. When you get on a lot of those spaces around tables and you see 2,000 viewers, bots, 100% bots. There's very few people that pull real organic engagement. And we're going to do that with this game. We're going to pull in very good, solid, again, 118 viewers right now, all organic, didn't pay for one bot, not going to inflate the numbers. And yeah, we're gonna go from there and really make Lunar Dust something huge. I have no doubt. Again, rarely do you see me this excited about something. Again, I just spent a year getting beat down, told no after no about this blockchain, and it's time to do something fun for sure. Oh, Mr. P, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry, and it's going to be a lot of fun, of course. It's been a hard, heavy year. Dusty Wednesdays, yeah.
It's not terrible, but obviously that soon here in the next few weeks, Wednesdays are going to be dedicated for the primetime episode of Moon or Dust. But with that being said, we could probably have a Dusty Wednesday this week. Why not? We rarely ever name our actual shows, so shit, even if we put up Moon or Dust to the audience, I still think it would have been Moon or Dust.
Yeah, right.
So it's just it wasn't even like. We have discussions about everything. Everything gets thrown on the table. We debate. We go back and forth. We yell at each other. With this, it was just like Lunar Dust was like, that was just the name.
Yeah, it was
there was no other name. That's the name. Like Crypto Knight, I think it was that said it. It was just like there was no other name. That's the name.
Yeah.
So
and and as Sean was saying, we're at like 120 plus viewers right now, 121. we're across YouTube, 3 places. We're across Twitch in one spot, and then we're across, Joe's, Sean's, the main Infineon channel, and the Lunar Pump channel itself on X. But shout out to all you guys, whichever place that you are on watching. We do appreciate.
So it's either Mr. Flips or Crypto Knight on Twitch, guaranteed.
Yeah, right. And of course, the beautiful thing, guys, with the platform as well is that you can, of course, stream live to YouTube at the same time. We want everybody back over on Lunar Pump once we got that all dialed in. Once Strixie, our dev there, has this up to speed here. Hopefully this Friday we'll have the chat working and it'll be refreshing in real time. Like Sean said early on, anybody, quick catch up. Our front end got so far ahead, we got to give our guys some little bit of time on the back end to kind of dial that in and make sure it's running smooth, because what happens is you add too much, other little things break, and you got to stay on top of it. So the foundation was getting a little rickety on the back end because we had overloaded the front end so much. So he's working on that at the moment, getting that dialed in. We got faith in him. He's a good guy. He does a great job, super responsive. So yeah, we're pumped. We're just here to crank it, keep innovating. We want you guys to get behind us on it and realize the opportunity that we do have here. And like I said, do your research. Look at the other launchers. Look at what we got. Look at where we're going with what we have. Go back and check out the earlier parts of this episode where we ran through the launcher real quick. Might even chop that out so people could have a quick look. But yeah, check it out. Do your research. Look at what we got. The way to look at this is the products, the people, the team that are here, the community that we do have, people that are bullish on it. Like, we're building, we ain't going nowhere. So
100%. Couldn't have said it better myself. Don't think we have any more questions. We're 25 minutes past the hour.
Oh, damn.
Just so much to talk about. It's definitely getting late my time. It's getting to be 5:25. But yeah, we'll try to be back Wednesday. Maybe we'll aim for 3 p.m. Eastern. Me and Mr. Pixel will talk. I gotta look at my schedule just to make sure I don't have anything going on. And if that's the case, we will come back for Dusty Wednesdays.
Dusty Wednesdays. That's great. I love it.
But yeah, guys, Ms. Pixel, any final words? I think we pretty much got all the questions out of the way.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll only be done for rambling here, but hey, just keep supporting us, guys. Keep doing what you can. Remember, we feel like we're part of the community too. We take the hits with you guys, same. We take the wins, the L's and the W's, and we're just going to keep growing, keep innovating here. So like, get behind us as much as you can, as much as you possibly can, if you're down with with the flavor we got going on, I guess.
But yeah, guys, this is Moon Monday. We are hopefully going to be back for Dusty Wednesdays. We got Lunar Pump Radio on Thursday. We have Infineon Friday on Friday. And of course, rolling out, as we said, we are basically going to be going live every single day for the foreseeable future. Probably plan out like 6 months of that, going live and hustling every single day. But I'm DeFi Sean. That is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Pixel. And until next time, trade safe.
Imagine being able to tip your favorite live streamer with crypto, and every tip went straight into their wallet in real time. Now imagine they could also return the favor. Streamers can now highlight participants, run games and competitions, and reward their audience in real time, live in chat. Tip live, get rewarded instantly. Only on Lunar Pump. Visit LunarPump.fun. Live streaming has truly gone Web3.